Transformers reviews, tech and the news, whatever else I use as a muse. Hit subscribe, I appreciate the views. Influences interest on YouTube.
What's going on, people? This is Influence. Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. I got XTransbots 86 MX-29 Shot Trooper Fury, and still a little under the weather, so if you hear my voice a little, I'm congested, so hopefully you can get past that and enjoy this review. What am I doing? I'm about to show accessories. I'm getting ahead of myself. It's been too long. Here is it out the box. It comes in vehicle mode, so I'm going to start from there. I'm going to do things a little different. I'm going to transform this to robot mode from vehicle mode the way it comes. Fast also comes in vehicle mode, but I'm going to transform fast from robot mode to vehicle mode in that review. So I'm going to do two separate reviews and do the opposite way because they basically transform almost exactly the same. And so you'll have both versions, from car to robot and from robot to car. So if you're here to see how to transform from robot to car, go to the other one if it's up already. All right, so let's just get moving here. This right here is where the sticker was. I got to get that off a little bit better, or it might not matter because this is a faux hood. In robot mode, there's a faux thing underneath. On car, it's fine. I don't like the color off the bat. It's a brown. You can see it's exactly what it looks like on camera right now. It's not a black. I would have preferred a black. I don't know. I'm guessing this brown is screen accurate, kind of how Trailbreaker was, but also prefer him in black. So there's that, which makes me not like this because I don't like this. I'd rather have black. Also, there's a few QC issues here. We'll get to that during the transformation. These are hard, so be careful. You may break them. And what else? Nothing else really. You got some silver rims, headlight paint. Other than that, it looks pretty good. You got the lights go up and the hood opens and you see some little parts in there. Not really engine. Don't really look like engine, but it is. You can also get these doors open like that, and if you want, open this right here as well, and then you see the seats, which my seat isn't really right. It does go down past this. I just didn't transform it right when I transformed it back, but there's a steering wheel and seats, and there's a seat on the other side. So you got those gimmicks, which they could have left them, made the robot a little better, but it is what it is. And that's pretty much it. Well, let's get into accessories. So his accessories, his gun stores under his leg, or in between his legs underneath. I think like this, I don't think it matters because it's just not far enough to mess with the wheels. So you have that. He has his gun as an accessory. I'm going to split this now because I'm probably going to have to split it anyway for this transformation. And here's his gun, and it's really nicely painted. It's a red sheen. I think it's a better gun than the other one. And this is Runabout by that's what I'm going to refer to him as, not Fury. You have a card, normal stuff. Have some directions. Have no idea if these are any good. I did not use them. And the box, of course. You got the box with the box art and the stuff and the G1 tech spec stuff and all that. So we're going to get it moving and transform this into robot mode so we can finish the review. So I already split these legs apart. They kind of come apart, and there's two pegs on either side of this glass right here. You can really unpeg this on the side like that and open up these doors. You kind of want to unpeg the doors, but were already unpegged when I unpegged the legs. So You got that. And then, like I said, there's a peg on the side here that pegs into this. And then after you do all that, move this up like that. And then you should be able to get this whole section here. It's pegged together right here, or actually it's pegged together under here. You should be able to lift that up and get that unpegged. There we go. And then this whole section should come up. The arms are pegged underneath here, so I just unpeg that and then just get this section like this and just get this going around there. Now for the legs, this right here is the torso. So the legs kind of come down like this, and then you can move this down. Now this clips up, it goes like that and goes in here, but it's like one notch click right here. So for that, I like to get these little things out. Things right here pop out, kind of fill in the side spaces of the body like that. See, there's these little flaps right here that are up. They stay up like that. You don't move them a little bit, but then you can unhinge. There's a space there. That's why these are open. There's a space for this hinge, and it unhinges it to bring the knee all the way down, and then you can close this and it fills in that space. And that's kind of how you want the knee. And over here you can do the same thing. Move that down, move that. Oh, my knees are, that's the first QC issue, but it's not really an issue. The thing is, when you use screws for certain points, and I don't know what's better to use, screws or pins, because a pin can be loose or a pin can be too tight and then you can't unloosen it. But when you use screws at certain points that move like this, the screw can get unscrewed. Like it actually can move with this piece. So as you're moving it, it'll just keep rotating until it's unscrewed, and then it gets super loose. So that's one of the issues with using screws for parts that move a lot, on parts that move a lot. Up here too, you might as well just open this up, and put that in here. Now for the legs, you want to kind of rock this down like this and move this like this, so then you can get all this stuff situated in a bit. But this moves around here, and this is another place. Mine's fine, but I heard that these break right here, and it's because there's a screw there as well. So you move this down. If it's tight, I would advise you to try to, I think there's some fixes out there, maybe TM. I think TM did a fix. So check TM reviews out for the fix. You could probably check it out other places as well. But I think he showed how to get to this screw right here. It's probably taking off this in order to take this side piece off or something. It looks like two pieces maybe. And then you can get to the screw in here. I know it's a lot of work, which is one of the reasons why I don't look at that like a great thing if you have to do that. So, but here we go. Move that over. Then you can move this all the way. So this is like this. This goes up here like that. And then you can move this stuff like this. And I think it just goes like that. Now this tire, you move it down and it stays flat. It kind of creates the flat foot. And then this right here, you can move around in order to bring it closer to the ground. Now the innards here, you move that out, move this out. All right, I found a little screwdriver, so don't do this at home. Get a spudger, something plastic. I'm trying to make sure I just get it on the inside, so in case I damage it, can't see it. What you want to do, the main reason is you want to pull this stuff out, all the way out like that, and then move this around. But you make sure you're not pushing it all the way in, give you some room. So then you can situate this right here. Move this out. I like to move that out so I can get some room. Spin this around. This window is going to end up in here, but not before you do this part. So you open this up. I like to spin it out a little bit so you can get it move. Yeah, spin it like that so you can move this in and then move it up. Then you spin this way and it should clear all this barely, but it does clear it. So there's that. And I even move it in a little bit because you want to get this around all of this right here. So then you move this in. It's hard because you got to move it up like that. I see you can't see that. So what I did was, it was like this. I moved it out, moved this up in order to get this all the way up so you can move this back. Then get this straighter. You see how that is. And then you can move this in and have the window go in this little section. So you move it down and around and you move the window in, and this gets tight. Like, let me see, maybe it's better if I move it this way. No, it's really no better if you move it that way. Like, you just gotta really kind of move it in and get it around all this stuff and then push that in there like that. Now there's a peg right here. That peg's on the side of this leg. And then there's a peg back here. Peg's on right there. And then you can peg this on right there. And the windows are just to the side. Then you can adjust this foot so it's up more. And you got a foot done, a leg done, I should say. Other leg, same. I'll do a little faster over here because I think I showed it pretty well over here. But just so you can see it, I pull this down so we can situate all of this stuff. Move this over like that. Move this at the same time so you can get all this around here. Move this around to make it lower, and then pull that out and move that down, and then this moves up, forms the bottom of the foot. This goes in and moves across there like that. So you got that much. And then you can just like straighten this out as much as possible. And you get the tires flat as you can. Now let's pull this out, pull this out. This one was better. I didn't need a tool. And it even goes out farther. I'm not sure how good that is that it does, but it does. I would assume it's by design, so you can fool with all this stuff, because you know you got to move this down. Let me move this back, move this out here so you can move that out like that. It's on like a double hinge right here, so you move it out on that double hinge so you have enough room to move that around. Then you move this out, then you can spin this around like this. Should have just enough clearance. Make sure you don't forget, move this thing out so you do have enough clearance. There you go. Now you just got to figure out how to do this, and you move that. You want to have it up as much as possible so it can go past this right here. And then once it's past that, you can move this like this, and it starts, let me not push that in. It starts moving it down and around, and then you can kind of slide this in here like this. Hate this part though, because there we go. Like, it's a little better if you move it like this and have it enough room where it slides like just past that, and then you can move it down and situate this window in. So yeah, that's a little better to do it that way. And then you can just try to get everything where you can. Remember, this peg in the front needs to peg in. Once you get that in, it's pretty solid leg piece. So I can say they really, you know, the transformation is pretty solid as far as what it's doing. Besides some of the QC issues, and you just peg this right here and peg it in there like that, and then you can push the foot up so you can have a bigger or a less gap foot. So here we are. Now for the upper body. All this stuff should be already done. The arms are pegged together. You want to pull that apart. Then move this down like this. And when you're going back, just remember this configuration. Like when you're going back with this one, the arms are different on both. So just slightly. So that's like the main difference. So when you're going back on here, just to show it quickly, it should be configured like this and you're moving it up. I was having issues. I was trying to move it back like this when I first started, but you got to have it moved up. And these pieces over here are flat. They come down eventually, but just for the sake of moving it backwards. So you move that arm down. You want to do this. There's a piece here that you want to pull out like that. Once you pull that out, you'll see the arm like this. You want to move the arm up, but not yet, because then you want to move this piece all the way around. And it fills in this whole top arm. And then this pegs in there. And you peg that in there. Then it's just a matter of getting it in the right direction. Then you pull this down. Then you move it whichever way the elbow is going up. And lock it in place. And then you pull this hand down. And you want to keep it there for now. So this is the same way. Pull it down, out, pull this out like this. Right here. Spin this around. Fill in that whole space. Move that up. Then you can move this around here. Like this. Put that down. Move the elbow in the front, and then move the hand down. So right here, just move this around as best as you can. I find it easier to do it now. And then with this, you want to pull this apart. It's on a series of hinges. You want to work it around to get it where you need it to be. So when you move this hinge up, you can move all this stuff like kind of down, move this up and out. And again, move this up and out, and I just leave it like that for now because we're going to work on this. So with this, you move this up. It's like this in car mode. So you want to move this up. This moves around, and you're putting all this stuff together like that. Move this in, move this in. There you go. Now you want to move this in and bend it so it's kind of flat. Also, now you want to move this tire in, and there's a peg here. You want to make sure that peg goes into that peg hole all the way, and it gets kind of, it's not really lined up, so you got to kind of push it in. And if you can see that, because if not, it's not going to lay flush when the final. So there you go. It went in, and then you can move it in, and then this is where it should be. Because this tab right here is going to tab into the back of the seats, and I'll show that in a minute, and everything should be flushed in. So same thing over here. Move this down, then move this around and get this peg in to that hole. There you go. Then move this around here. and make sure this is out so you can get all this stuff around. Because then you move this all the way down, move this all the way down, and here's where the seats, I put the seats down, and you see these two peg holes in the seats. These pegs are going to go in there, and they kind of go, I don't know if I showed that right, but they kind of go in automatically, but you gotta give it some help. Make sure all this is out the way too, because I just did not. And if everything's correct, you should be flush and tight. And this isn't flush over here, but it was flush over here. And this is how you want it, like that, where there's no gap. So, see if I can get this side. Yeah, there we go. Went in pretty tight. So, getting close to being done. And then this, you gotta situate like, I always get confused with this because it's, I believe it's like this. Move that together and there we go. It's supposed to tab in, I think, up here. I'm not sure if it does. Yeah, there we go. Tabs in like that up there in order to get this little way. And here we are, Runabout. And I could say he looks good. I don't like this little cutout. I don't understand why that cutout's there. I don't know what that is. Like, I don't know. Maybe somebody in the comments knows. I have no clue what use is that cutout. Like, it must be underneath. It must be something that's on that cutout or something. I don't know. But I just don't see any use of that because it's the faux. So they should have cut that out. I mean, you know, no pun intended. They should have not put it there. But other than that, I think it looks great. It looks the part. There are some issues with it as far as QC issues. I guess you can call it QC issues. I don't even know what to call it anymore. But yeah, let's get on with the review. However, here you go. You see his gun. His gun sticks in his hand, even though the pegs are mad long, and I don't know why, but it works. I mean, I guess it's better long than short. Maybe. I don't know. I have no idea. We can get into some comparisons. We got his brethren, his battle charger buddy, Run Amok, and we got Megatron. Just so you know, this one is way better than this one as far as quality, control, and it's weird. It just speaks to XTransbots, really, to tell you the truth. Like, it's the same, almost the same mold, and it's not consistent. So, man, I hate beating a dead horse, but anyway, it looks the part, and I don't think we'll ever get another version. No, I can't say ever, but it's going to be a long time before we get another version, because I think companies will be like, this is good enough. Most people got it, so we're not going to make one. Let's get into articulation of this guy. Arms go all the way around. They go up, even though this gets in the way of his arm going up. It could probably go up all the way. There's a butterfly, which isn't bad as far as tight. And on this side, his arm isn't bad. It's just this side that the arm is pretty loose, but it still holds. It just ain't gonna hold a gun in a pose with his arm like this loose. He has bicep swivel, which is super tight and moves everything when you try to move it. Has 90-degree on the elbow. Fingers, or hands, I should say, move in a circle, but they have fixed typewriters, and It's just all fixed. The thumb's fixed. Waist swivel, super loose. My waist swivel is so loose, I assume there is a, and I'm gonna stop swiveling it, it's so loose. I assume there's a screw in there or something. So there's that. There's an ab crunch. And it's about that much. So you can get that. Individual skirts that do work. They do go up. I believe the fronts go up. Oh no, the fronts are on. It's just side skirts. The fronts just is the joint. So to the side you get not the full splits, but you get close. And the front is on this. This is the whole mechanism. So that's why the skirt doesn't go up. And you get front all the way on ratchets and back. So he does the full hurdles. He's winning. Front to back, side to side, up. And I don't know why I just did that. What I was about to say is the thighs. The thighs are basically frozen. I think there's a mushroom peg in there that's too big, but it's on both sides. And I'm not going to try it, but you see how much force I'm putting. I'm like putting a terrible amount of force on this. Like a lot. So I'm going to stop right now. And both sides are like that. So it's hard to get him in a pose. Knee, again, I talked about the knee being loose. And there's a screw in there where you can reach. Actually, I got a screwdriver here. So let me just see. And you see what I mean? When I'm screwing, if I'm not holding it and screwing it, it actually moves the leg down. And that's what I was talking about. Like when you put screws in places that move, they screw while you're moving it. So let me hold it and screw it a little bit, just a little bit tighter. So yeah, with that, it is definitely, it'll be loose again though with the movement. So you need to get into and that's both sides. And the foot goes down like that, goes up. You got a lot of give. You got a big rocker, good articulation in the foot. Head, I don't think I did a head or the head sculpt. So the head sculpt's money. Like that's great. And the head moves around 360. You can get some up and down or some side to side, and you get down about that much. Up, very minimal. But the eyes are painted. It looks good. The face sculpt looks good. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, I'm gonna go backwards in the other one because I'm gonna transform run him up. And he's already in robot mode, so I'm gonna transform him in to the car. Just in closing, I guess, like I said with the comparisons, Run Amok is better than Runabout, this one, and it's just, and his waist is wobbly. Like it's not only, let me make sure it's not me. It could be me. It could be, no, it's not. It's the actual joint. Yeah, it's loose. So that's an issue. That's a big issue. Again, you have the XTransbots curse, the issues that pop up. And I keep preaching and keep preaching. This company, I wish them the best. I wish they would perform above and beyond. Long Haul was absolutely a great figure and could compete with Fans Toys. This and most of the other stuff they come out with, sadly to say, cannot. And like I said, it looks good. We probably won't get these guys in any other line, any other company. Probably won't do these for now anyway. Probably be a while before they do. So, I mean, this is what you got, but not without its flaws. I know I would say I recommend it just because it's the only one we have. And I do like these guys. Like growing up, I think I had one of them. I'm not sure. I get them confused. I think this is the ones that you pull back and they go. I'm not sure. I know the flip ones, the top spin, and I had those too. So I'm always looking for a Masterpiece version of them and the twins. But I'm getting sidetracked as I do. I don't think there's much left to say. So if you enjoyed this review, thanks for watching, and I will get up with you in another one. Peace.
You know, life ain't over, life ain't over, life ain't over. As long as you alive, you can give another try and take it real high if you want.